Annyeongbuzz! Welcome back to your favorite spot for all things K-pop, where we dive into the latest, the loudest, and the most heart-fluttering news in the world of Korean entertainment. And today, we are absolutely killing it, because J-Hope just dropped a bombshell teaser for his upcoming track, and ARMYs, brace yourselves, this one's gonna be wild. So let's get into it. Our sunshine, our dance king, the icon himself, J-Hope, is coming back with a brand new single titled Killin It Girl, and it's set to release on June 13th at 1 p.m. KST. That's midnight ET for our international fam who'll be streaming at the speed of light the second it drops. Now here's where it gets really spicy. The track will feature none other than GloRilla, an American rapper who's been absolutely slaying the global hip-hop scene lately. You might remember she hit number 5 on the Billboard 200 with her album last year. This collab already sounds like it's going to be next level. Imagine J-Hope's signature groove combined with GloRilla's bold rapping and high-energy delivery. That's a power combo I didn't know I needed until now. But wait, it gets better. On May 28th, Hobi surprised us with a concept film titled Charm of Hope. And ARMYs, if you haven't watched it yet, go do it right after this video. It's only a minute long, but wow, it speaks volumes. The film references his recent singles Sweet Dreams and Mona Lisa before giving us a sneak peek of Killin It Girl. And that snippet? Just a few seconds of instrumental, but I swear the beat had me instantly nodding along. Sophisticated rhythm, heavy bass, and that classic Hobi smoothness. He's serving confidence, style, and just a hint of flirtation. I gotta say, I love how J-Hope is telling a full emotional story through his solo releases. He mentioned in an interview that each song in this project represents a different emotional layer. So in March, we got Sweet Dreams, which was like a heartfelt serenade, tender and dreamy. Then came Mona Lisa, a cheeky and fun anthem about being totally captivated by someone. And now, Killin It Girl. The title alone screams bold, flirty, and confident energy. And here's the cool part. J-Hope revealed that this last single is the one he's most personally attached to. He really took time to arrange the order and vibe of each release, which I think shows a whole new depth to his artistry. He's not just putting out bangers, he's crafting an emotional arc, and that's honestly what makes J-Hope such a standout soloist in K-pop. Also, we can't forget, this is J-Hope's first comeback since completing his military service last year. And I don't know about you, but seeing him come back not only healthy and glowing, but also firing on all creative cylinders is just wow. It makes me so proud as a fan. Like, he didn't just return. He returned with vision, purpose, and that signature Hobi flair we've all missed. Now let's talk about the concept. Based on the visual teaser and the short audio, it seems like Killin It Girl is going to be very different from what we've heard from him before. It feels fresh, urban, and unapologetically cool. And with GloRilla on the track, I'm really curious to see how their voices blend. Will it be back and forth verses? Will we get a Hobi rap and GloRilla chorus? Or maybe something totally unexpected? Also, he's performing it live for the first time at Hope on the Street Final on June 13th and 14th in Goyang. This will be his big return stage. And what a way to do it, right? A stadium performance with a brand new single and a whole new vibe. I feel like this might become one of those iconic J-Hope stages we all talk about for years. Now I want to hear from you. What are your expectations for Killin It Girl? Do you think it'll be more like a club track, something dance-heavy, or are you hoping for a chill groove like Blue Side but upgraded? And what do you think about the GloRilla feature? Let's open up the comments section like a forum, BuzzFam. I'll be reading and replying to as many of your thoughts as I can. Also, side note, can we appreciate how versatile Hobi has become as a soloist? Like, from Daydream to Arson, to now this romantic, playful hip-hop fusion, he's truly showcasing his entire artistic spectrum. No shade, but not every idol can transition so smoothly from group dynamics to solo artistry like this. He's writing, composing, directing visuals, thinking through concepts. It's not just talent, it's vision. Okay, we still have a lot more to unpack, so don't go anywhere. Coming up, I'll break down what this comeback means for BTS as a whole, how Hobi's post-military comeback is different from the other members, and why I think Killin It Girl might be setting the tone for future cross-genre collaborations in K-pop. Stick around, because we're just getting started. Now let's talk about the bigger picture here. because J-Hope's comeback isn't just about one song. It's part of this huge wave of BTS solo releases that's really showing us how each member is evolving in their own lane. What I find especially interesting about Hobi is how consistent he is with his storytelling. From Jack in the Box to now this single project trilogy, he's not just dropping music, he's giving us chapters of his own growth. And every song feels intentional. I know some people were worried that after military service, idols might come back and take a while to find their groove again. But J-Hope said, "Nah, I'm coming back with full creative control, a concept, and a full-on musical evolution." And honestly, we love to see it. Another thing I really admire is how he's embracing international collaborations. Working with Miguel on Sweet Dreams, and now GloRilla on Killin It Girl, he's bridging K-pop and Western hip-hop in such a natural way. This isn't just for clout. It actually feels like he's genuinely excited to experiment with different sounds and voices. And you can hear that joy in the music. But let's be real. This also shows just how respected J-Hope is in the industry. GloRilla isn't just anyone. She's been making major moves on her own. And the fact that she's teaming up with Hobi, it says a lot about how BTS members are seen globally, not just as K-pop idols, but as legitimate artists. Now here's a thought. Could this mean more hip-hop focused collaborations for Hobi in the future? Maybe with other rising artists in the US or even producers in Europe. I personally would love to see him work with someone like Anderson .Paak or Tyler, the Creator. Imagine the vibes, right? But hey, that's just me daydreaming. Let me know in the comments who you would love to see J-Hope collaborate with next. And speaking of the fans, how lucky are we to have a member like J-Hope who's so deeply thoughtful about everything he puts out? I mean, just the fact that he took time to plan the flow and order of emotions across this project? That's not something most artists talk about, but it totally explains why each song feels so distinct, yet connected. It's also kind of emotional, right? This being the final song of his solo single project, it feels like the closing of a chapter. And when he says Killin It Girl is the one he's most attached to, it makes me wonder if we'll see a more vulnerable side of him in the lyrics, even if the beat is playful and energetic. Now let's get into the aesthetics for a minute. If you've seen the teaser, you probably caught the little visual cues. He's not doing too much, but he's saying a lot. That's power. I wouldn't be surprised if the full MV ends up being one of his most visually iconic pieces yet. Something tells me we're about to see daydream levels of artistry, but even more refined. And let's not forget the performance aspect. J-Hope is a dancer first and foremost. Every time he steps on stage, he gives 120%. So this live debut at Hope on the Street final, oh, it's going to be epic. I hope we get a full choreography MV, or at least a dance practice. You know Hobi never lets us down when it comes to stage presence. Alright, before we wrap this up, here's what I want to ask you. What vibe are you expecting from Killin It Girl? Do you think it'll be more flirtatious, or is there going to be an emotional layer we're not ready for? And what do you think this means for the rest of BTS's solo careers? Do you think other members will follow Hobi's footsteps with a themed single trilogy? Drop your thoughts, your theories, your excitement, all of it, in the comments. I seriously love reading your takes because you always catch things I miss. Let's keep this conversation going, Buzz fam. Also, if you're hyped for the comeback, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your ARMY besties, and subscribe for more breakdowns like this. You already know, we're not missing a beat when it comes to BTS. Alright, that's it from me today. Until next time. Keep streaming, keep supporting, and as always, this has been your daily dose of K-pop on Anyang Buzz. See you in the next video.